With the Pentagon confirming reports that US officials had recovered vehicles not of this world, it meant that aliens had finally been confirmed by the government. Although 2020 has already been so wild that no one even flinched upon finding out this news. Miley Cyrus even claims that she was recently chased by an alien, and we're about to break it all down for you right here on IO. Welcome back to InformOverload. I'm your host and bacon overlord Johnny Rogers, and you're watching the #1 T-spelling entertainment news show on the internet. Before we kick this video off, if you want to see more videos just like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you want to get notified whenever we post new content, you gotta be a subscriber, so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, with any further delay, let's get right into today's story. After being about 10 months into this global pandemic, many of us have gone through it with a little sense of reality left intact. So much craziness has been happening every single day that it's almost impossible to believe every piece of news that comes out. Although when the Pentagon released 3 declassified UFO videos that clearly show visitors from another world, it cleared up all of the speculation as to whether or not these tapes were real. Months after this news broke, Miley Cyrus had sat down with Rick Owens to chat about her upcoming Metallica cover album. During that interview though, Cyrus spoke about her interaction with an alien and their spacecraft. The story came out after the conversation had shifted to Area 51, and the question was posed to Owens as to whether or not he believed in extraterrestrial beings. Rick said that he doesn't really believe in aliens, but added that it was a little arrogant to assume that there's nobody else but us. Leading up to the release of this new information about aliens, the hype around our little green friends had never been higher. After Bob Lazar, who worked for S9, did his documentary with Jeremy Corbell called Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers, people everywhere were demanding answers. There were Facebook events created with the express purpose of gathering to storm Area 51. I mean, nothing ever came to fruition and no one actually made it past the front gates, but to appease this growing frustration, we received confirmation that the government had at the very least identified that no one on Earth owned these spacecrafts. During her conversation with Rick, Miley recounted her own run-in with some aliens. Miley said, "I was driving through San Bernardino with my friend and I got chased down by some sort of UFO. I'm pretty sure about what I saw, but I'd also bought weed wax from a guy in a van in front of a taco shop, so it could have been the weed wax. But the best way to describe it is a flying snowplow. It had this big plow in the front of it and it was glowing yellow. I did see it flying and my friend saw it too. There were a couple of other cars on the road and they also stopped to look, so I think what I saw was real." The whole experience left Miley shaken up for 5 days, and according to her, she couldn't even look at the sky the same way because she feared that they might be coming back. When Rick asked her if this meant that she felt threatened by them, Miley responded with, "I didn't feel threatened at all actually, but I did see a being sitting in front of the flying object. It looked at me and we made eye contact, and I think that's what really shook me, looking into the eyes of something that I couldn't quite wrap my head around. But you're so right to say that it's a form of narcissism to think that we're the only things that could be in this vast universe." Rick did a really great job of responding to what Miley was saying as if it was as real as possible. I know because Miley said that it could have been the weed wax, most people would have just shut her down right there. That being said, we can't really do that now because the Pentagon themselves have admitted that aliens are out there. Owen said an experience like that would be very disorientating because it shakes up everything you think you know. It just throws the whole system that we have of order into chaos. But we want to hear your thoughts on this story though, so comment down below if you believe in aliens, and if you do, what do you think of Miley's ET experience? And while you ponder that, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Kim Kardashian Reveals Her Biggest Fear." Seth freaking Rollins says, "You don't have to be a Kim K fan, but you can imagine yourself in her position and understand that this wasn't an easy experience to digest. I can only imagine the anxiety and trauma she had to feel. I can't even fathom what that would be like to go through. Just the fear, adrenaline, and thoughts flooding into your mind as it's all happening must have been very scary." Age of the Witch says, "Forgive me Johnny, but I thought you called yourself the Bacon Overlord because your mustache looked like 2 cute bacon slices." Did you say tragic? That's tragic and hilarious. I think it became the Overlord because someone said that they always think that it's InformOverload instead of Overload, so I just took that name. But I like this new story that you've created. Cora McCarthy says, "Imagine being that obsessed with someone." God, I know, right? Like planning for that long and then roping your friends into the whole scheme too is just next level crazy, but thankfully those people are in jail now. V Knight says, "Y'all kinda made it sound as if Courtney planned it, like she packed all the jewelry and left with the only bodyguard. I wasn't trying to do that, I was simply reiterating exactly how Kim K described the details of that night, so if you're inferring anything from her story, talk to Kim Kardashian." Rebecca Fluke says, "Johnny looks like a Papa John's pizza delivery man." Wow, I'm not sure what I was wearing to elicit this comment, but it's funny nonetheless. Thank you so much for watching today's trending news segment, and thank you to the most amazing team behind the scenes for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's story. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is hit that playlist when it pops up. From InformOverload, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, just remember, the truth is out there.